Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to more Don't Starve. So as you can see, we're playing still as Weber, going along just fine, and we're trying to just figure out whatever we can, just do whatever we can do, and get as far as we can get, and it's been going pretty well, and I'm just trying to learn everything I need to so that I'm well prepared for if I need to do if I want to do a full tutorial series. So things have been going pretty well along that front. I think that I will be able to fairly shortly. I still have plenty that I want to learn, and there's still plenty that I do have to learn, but things have been going pretty well for me, and this isn't my first start, so it's not like it's just like I've gotten to day 14, but I've actually done like a dozen starts. Each of them I haven't gone too far in because I want to see how consistent certain strategies are and so on and so forth, so I've actually started like a dozen or more times, but that's just sort of the way I've been playing this. Right, let's get this in here. But yeah, things have been going well for me, and I'm pretty much enjoying the way that they've done Reign of Giants. I built an Icy Fling-O-Matic, and that is something, I hope they make more things like that. It's like sort of a machine that's a device that's powered by just like wood or whatever, charcoal. But yeah, more of that, that's exactly what I wanted to see in this game. Look at all these asshole frogs. Okay, well, we're gonna ignore that for now. We're surrounded by a whole bunch of asshole spiders as well, but they're our friends, so hopefully they'll sort of counter each other out. I've been dropping just traps everywhere because, unlike rabbit farming, if you're Weber, this is a ridiculously easy way to get huge amounts of food in much less time and effort than rabbit farming ever could, so it's kind of gross, actually. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And we're going to start working towards making some boxes just because things are getting a little bit out of hand. By which I mean, our hands are full. And our pockets. Okay, so we'll go ahead and throw this in the icebox. It's nighttime though, so won't have time for that. It's fine. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of stuff. For example, I've got the Old Bell and Glommer's goop. So this thing, I haven't actually figured out great application for it. What it does is it sends down a gigantic foot after a delay, which crushes you. I'm not really entirely sure why I would want something like that. Theoretically, you can use it to crush other people. I'm just not very good with using it, so I don't use it because I would get crushed. So yeah, that's something that's interesting. To be honest, I don't actually like making the Old Bell because I don't like killing Glommer. You only make these things by killing Glommer, which happens once every full moon. And Glommer's a friend. I mean, you don't kill your friend. In this case, he actually got trampled by a herd of beefalo, though, so that's okay. Alright. So yeah, you can hear, all these monsters fighting around here, and it's fine because I've got all these spiders. And the spiders are just, my best friends, because I am a spider. Alright, so let's burn some of these. I'm going to eventually, come autumn, replace all those sort of things with other things. Alright, let's add that to that. Let's start making boards. We've got, no boxes here yet, so I'm going to make some boxes. Alright. There we go. Let's start putting our crap in there. I know this is a mistake, but I'm going to put out my bird's nest anyway, or bird trap anyway. Look at all this stuff. Oh, hello. There we go. I should actually make a top hat. One of the things about Weber is his sanity is a little bit fragile, so he tends to need a little bit of boosts to his sanity. Let's put our blood packs in there. Let's put all our healing stuff in there. Okay, that works out fine. We'll put that in there as well. And Glommer's goop. That's the Old Bell. We got a lot of loot. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay, so yeah, what I've been finding in spring is that, things settle down pretty quickly. I mean, it's not as though you're going to be in trouble forever. What really is important is that you get a parasol, or an umbrella. Once you've got that umbrella, spring becomes much, much easier. So, do work hard to try and get one. They are quite good. I don't think I should have made these because I'm pretty sure I've actually got 2 more of these. But yeah, so like it rains and you just pull out your umbrella and it's great. I mean, you'll be dry as a bone, assuming that, you know, it's a dry bone. You can actually find wet bones. Okay, there we go. Let's actually take these and stick those in there as well. Alright. Now we can turn on the icy flingomatic, but it's not going to help us right now since it is, after all, wet season. So not likely to see fires right now. Top hat does protect us ever so slightly against the elements in the rain, so it's a good thing for this situation too. There we go. Now, one of the biggest differences starting in spring as compared to starting in winter is that you don't worry as much about food in spring, because the upcoming season, summer, you can still get food in summer. Like, the problem is going to be like the heat waves and the oppressive heat and all that nonsense. It's not going to be, you know, fending for yourself and getting food and living. You'll be able to do that just fine. So what you need to worry more about is being in a situation where you're getting plenty of resources set up, your base is well set up, and that you're well set up for the heat waves. But you don't need to worry about any sort of pressing resource shortages other than maybe ice, which isn't even really a pressing resource shortage. All you need to do is make sure that you harvest the ice in spring. Otherwise, like, you can't harvest it in summer. It just melts and is gone forever. By which I mean until like until autumn. But yeah, so during spring, what you want to focus on is just getting yourself well established, being in a good position, and not worrying too heavily about being oversaturated with food and being well prepared with food. In fact, it's hard to, because you can't really make a lot of honey, for example. You can get honey by capturing a lot of killer bees and then murdering them, I guess. Not really worth it in my opinion, but you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it. But unlike autumn, where you need to have enough resources for 2 seasons, spring is pretty much just a matter of surviving the elements and the harshness of the elements itself. So once you've got that parasol, things become much, much more pleasant. Where the hell do I go for trees? Okay, well, we're going to do something that is probably ecologically irresponsible. Remember, kids, only you can start forest fires, which is entirely wrong. A lot of things can start forest fires. But, yeah. We're going to go ahead and start one. No, we don't want to start here quite. It's a bit too many trees here. One of the interesting things about playing as Weber is that, like, the pigmen hate you. So you end up in a situation where it's just, they don't like you. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to actually pluck up these twigs. And then we're going to light a fire in this area, because the twigs can be easily transplanted without much problem. And once they're transplanted, they still don't require manure, so there we go. And we'll pick these flowers as well, just for the hell of it, because our sanity is pretty bad as Weber. And yeah, then we'll light her up. So yeah, it's a controlled fire, I like to think. By which I mean, it's not spreading anywhere near as much as I would have liked. So let's go ahead and... let's be a persistent bastard of an arsonist. Here we go. Do I have axes left? No, I used the last of that axe when I was cutting those pine trees. Okay. Oh good, and a morsel. Fantastic. Okay, so plenty of these. One of the peculiarities that I've been running into is I've felt less and less like I need to build a crock pot lately, and like crockpots are great because they make food production much more efficient. The problem is that like I always have so much rotting in my fridge that I always feel like I just like, if I've got a crock pot, I'm gonna have to eat so much more food. Wow, 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 I've got too much food, first world problems, blah blah blah. Literally just sitting on heaps and mountains of rotten meat. Rotten prime grade A cut venison or whatever. Like, yeah, so... Because of that, I don't really feel like I need to make a crock pot. And you know what? This makes sense. Like, if you're some sort of peasant or whatever and you've got a crock pot, and it's just like, oh yeah, well, it's perfectly reasonable to make, like, crock pot dinners because they're cheap and they're delicious and they're efficient and they let me use the really disgusting, fatty, tissuey types of meat that are, like, really cheap. But my character is, like, just some sort of foppish aristocrat with a top hat that's just like, I'm going to eat prime rib every night. And you don't really need a crock pot or a fancy recipe for prime rib. It's just like, I'm just going to, it's prime rib. You just eat it as prime rib. And that's my character's life. So, yeah, that's why I'm not really building a crock pot. Of course, in this particular case, that's not really so, because he's eating spiders, but, you know, he is a spider, so bugs are delicious to him. Alright. We don't need this grass suit anymore. We're going to burn it. There we go. I don't know why in particular I did that, I just sort of felt like it. Okay. Corn we'll eat directly. But we've got those seeds in the fridge here for the watermelons. Let's get that in there. Well, I don't really need the luxury of being able to eat well, so I should be able to just eat popcorn and no one will get mad at me this time. It's a foolproof plan. Alright. Wake up, bird. Durian, we don't need you. Alright, up to day 16. Might be time for us to consider starting to make an endothermic fire pit, because that should look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. Throw that in there. We'll throw the corn on the fire and eat that. And we're basically full, so no one can get angry at me. Well, you can get angry at me, but, like, you're a jerk if you do. Chester, there's a frog chasing me again. Hate frogs. Just get in the trap, frog. Oh, he gave up. Okay, well, whatever. I think we need a little bit more gold. Nope, we got enough. Okay. So, let's drop the eye bone again. Come on. Frogs are the worst part of spring, in my opinion. On the other hand, I think I led like a bunch of wolves through the frogs last time, so what was I thinking of doing here? Endothermic fire. Okay, so an endothermic fire pit, I need a lot of rocks, and I need a lot of batteries, so we're going to build ourselves 2 of these batteries. We're going to need even more shaped stone. Okay, and what else do we need? We needed our niter. Okay, we'll trade our gold for our niter with Chester over here. He won't mind. Okay, niter, gold. All right. Pretty soon we'll want to go. I want to go back and get even more of those resources from the, what are they called? Beefalo. There we go. So that's an endothermic fire pit. It's got a nice bright blue fire. I think they look really neat. But you need them in summer because it lets you keep cool while still being fairly active. You can also build a siesta lean-to, but I don't really want to do that because it makes your character a lazy bum. Frog leg. Alright. Let's go ahead and cook this up. We've already got quite a lot of food, actually, by most metrics. Okay. Now it's important to actually get these things before they stop flopping around, because if it's monster meat, it can go bad. It can actually still rot if you're doing it. But, whatever. Okay, I want to make drying racks. I need 3 rope per, so we're gonna have to go hunting for rope. We'll bring Chester along. Doggies are coming. Fantastic. Alright, Chester, we're gonna go visit the beefalo herds again. I hate all these frogs. Now, the beefalo herds is a good place for us to be going because we need both a lot of rope, which they're near. We need to fend off these damned hounds, which they'll help us with because they're in heat in particular. And yeah, it should be fine. It should be fun. Good for everybody. A good wholesome family outing of murder. Anyway, might be a good idea for me to put on this helmet and put on my tentacle spike bat. Now I could shave the beefalo, but I've got all the way until autumn before I even need that, so... Actually, these guys aren't angry anymore. That could be potentially problematic, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Okay, they're still grumbling, so that means they're not going to be here quite yet. Stop and make this for now. What I would like is if you could, like, make an endothermic torch with, like, a stick and a niter, but, you know, whatever. Oh, these ones are still angry. Perfect. Which is good, because they're also the larger herd, of course. Yes, Weber, doggies are coming. Actually, if we're going to be putting down more farms, we're going to extra need. Yeah, they murdered the shit out of that hound. Are they killing Chester? There's that hound right there, and they're killing Chester. These bastards. Okay, I feel pretty certain that they've gone ahead and murdered that hound now, so that's okay. Huh. Yep. Okay, good. Let's go hang out with the other hound family. We're not angry assholes. Alright. I think it's because these ones, like, kids grew up a little bit faster. Problem here is that we're going to have to use our torch instead of our parasol. Alright. Oh no, these guys are still angry. What the hell? This might be another other family. Well, regardless, I still need grass, so let's go continue picking this up until morning. Could shave the beefalo, probably not worth it. Oops. These torches are going out awfully quickly because of the rain. Just sort of prolonging my quest to find grass because it does take grass to make torches. I should have checked to see if the lure plant is good at killing those hounds. Oh, what's this? This might be the one where TNT pops out and destroys everything. I think this is. But bone shards are useful, so this could be a chance for us. Okay, Chester, where are you? Okay, let's get Chester evacuated out of here, because I get the feeling like we're going to be in for a bit of a boom. Okay, drop that in there. Good enough, whatever. Okay. I can't remember if I need my pickaxe or my hammer for this. Okay, let's... I don't even know if I can actually destroy these with this way, or if I have to get them... I think I might have to get them from bone mounds. Righto, well... Yep. But we got this, which is good. Okay. You done yet? Ouch. Okay, well, that didn't work. I wonder if I can still get a pig head out of that. But anyway, we grabbed the important thing, which is this fire staff. Just trying to see if I could grab anything else out of the fire before it burned, but it doesn't seem like anything relevant. Okay, we're going to try something stupid here. I doubt it's going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Huh, that did work. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter what order I do that in. Okay, regardless though, this fire staff is going to be something that's going to really... I can hammer these. Holy crap. Okay, so, Chester, you got any room? Let's just gonna eat this. Okay, we'll come back to that later. In the meantime though, let's, get our umbrella on, get our sanity back to decent. Should dry off pretty quickly. Okay, that was probably not the most efficient of ways to have done any of the things that I was doing, but you know what? It's fine. Let's run back to base for now. I think I need to build another chest and start dropping stuff in it. But yeah, if you look at our map here, there's a bee area here full of bee projectors who are dicks. But we're going to use this fire staff to go kill all those bees because I hate them so very much. And the fire staff or fire darts are both really good ways to deal with that sort of nonsense. So that's what we're going to do. Not right now because we're going a little bit batty from the rain, because it's just like there's so much rain that we're going insane, as opposed to people where I live where it's like it's May and it's snowing. And, you know, we're all perfectly sane despite that. I mean, that's perfectly normal. It happens every year. Snow in May. Fantastic. Okay, where the hell is our base? There it is. Alright. Lovely, lovely batch of crops. Fantastic. Real good stuff. Okay, we're gonna pick this grass. Actually, yeah, let's get this grass out of the way here. I don't really like grass tufts, but gives us the ability to do this. Okay. We'll want this, and I think we're otherwise pretty good. We'll put this in here because we've been getting a lot of these. It's actually nice to be able to make ourselves some whatever the hell that is. I forget. Let's take these. So we're going to be making more of those. Let's just take this grass tuft and burn it. There we go. Plant this. Oh right, Chester, we need to get you out of here. Just about forgot about that, buddy. Okay, just... Alright, well, whatever. Hey, want to play? Fantastic. Oh no! His friend saw me. There we go. This rain is brutal. Okay, we probably need to start inventing stuff. Are they killing Chester again? No, okay, good. And there's some flowers down here. We're gonna have to pick these. There's actually quite a lot of flowers, I forgot. It's spring. Alright, that got us up quite a bit. A little bit of health as well. Okay, good enough. Start harvesting our crops, I guess. I would imagine, like, your farm being wet is a positive thing, as long as it's not, like, soaked to the point where your, like, stuff is rotting or whatever. But, no, it's... perfect. Always use the older crops for seeds if you can. Shorter watermelon seed. Well, let's actually try and get a random plant as well this time. Oh, we've already got that dragon fruit seed planted, right? Okay. Well, that's good. Start cooking up this monster meat. Okay, good enough. Ah, so I found out the point of, like, cooked watermelon. Son of a bitch. Why do I always do this to myself? Seriously. Okay. But the point of cooked watermelon is apparently repairs a bit of sanity, so it's a little bit okay for that. So what we're actually going to do is cook a couple watermelons. It heals less health though, I think. But yeah, you can see that it actually improves sanity a little bit, so watermelon is a good fruit. Thank you, watermelon. You're good stuff. Okay, anyway. We're just going to murder this guy. See what we get. We get a feather, good. If we start getting enough feathers, we can burn down even more stuff, so, you know. Alright, I forget what I was going to be doing today. Well, what do we want? String. We wanted rope. And we're going to make ourselves a whole ton of it so that we can start building a bunch of drying racks. Because we've got a bit too much on the old meats scale here. Okay, that's enough for enough, I think. Okay, we'll have prototypes that'll improve our sanity and be quite good for that, so... I should actually heal myself a little bit. Let's use the blood packs. There we go. Okay, and our drying racks we'll leave down here, I think. Okay, and we're gonna mostly be drying monster meat into jerky, so let's see if that works out well for us. Yeah, playing as Weber has got some advantages to it. Now, because of all the wetness, that stuff's not gonna really dry up all that quickly. That's fine. There we go. Plenty of all this stuff, so... Right, okay. Considering going back down to the bone field to get the little bits of bone, but who knows. All these asshole frogs. I should also start killing some asshole frogs. Let's see here. We can actually make more of these still. Alright, so... let's go ahead and actually fill this up. Can I not make any more? No, out of string. Okay, good. Got a little bit of charcoal left, but that's fine. We don't need to use it all. Holy jeez, it's been rainy. Okay, so you could go hunting for like other things to make like rain hats, but I don't know if it's really necessary, all things considered. Okay, we're gonna plant these sticks sort of down here because I don't think we need them like right in our base or anything. It's also getting awfully crowded already. Gonna have to reorganize it when I want to start planting down other things. Alright, well, got nothing really better to do right now, so why don't we go ahead and burn down some beehives, because I really hate killer bees. Yeah, so... Problem is, we're just gonna have to like pick away at them like a couple at a time. The reason being, of course, that I can't afford, with my sanity being fairly low, to just spam cast fire into them. So I'll have to kill them bit by bit. Okay, so where the hell are they? Might also do me good to go explore down where those hounds were, or that that explosive trap was. Okay, so you. I hate you and everything that you stand for. There we go. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Actually, no, our sanity's fine because of our top hat, right. Either way, though, let's get out of here. We won't really be able to clear that out until we get ourselves a... we'll want to get a bug net. It will let us capture all those red bees and murder them without having to fight them fairly. And you don't want to get in a fair fight with a bee. That's just a stupid idea. I mean... You could get into a fair fight with all sorts of other things that would actually be able to fight fairly. But a bee is just not one of them. Let's see here. I can't remember if this thing could glow or not, but I get the feeling it doesn't. And at any rate, we kind of need this out. Alright, so let's go back to where those bones were. Got our hammer with us, so it's fine. There we go. There's another place as well I saw glaciers. I might have to visit them since I don't have a lot of ice. Yeah, over there. I might want to go there at some point before summer starts. Which should be just in a couple days, so we're getting quite close to that. Okay, where the hell was that? Here it is. Okay, so we can do stuff with this. We can actually make it into something like, we can make that bucket, for instance. Ooh, and a houndtooth. That's, ooh, couple houndstooth. We can actually make ourselves a sewing kit. Alright, perfect. That worked out well for us. You can also find that sort of stuff in deserts, but going to the desert seems a little bit more foolhardy, and I'm not entirely sure where it is. I'm thinking it might be past the killer bee bullshit. Okay. This place goes on a lot further than I thought it did, but yeah, no, that was part of already explored. It's just really damn big. Okay, so we only have enough charges to kill another, like, I don't know, 18 beehives. Not exactly a ton of beehives, but hopefully that's all they've got. Killer beehives anyway, we don't want to kill the regular ones. Alright, what have we got here? There we go, it's just to the left here. Some killer bees still milling around, but just want to scope this place out a bit. Seems like our burn actually took out quite a lot. Alright. Well, we'll have to go back down there once we've got a bee net, though. That's just too many bees to fight in any other way. And even with one, we're going to have to be quite careful so that we don't get, like, stun-locked out of being able to net them. Alright. Anyway, that's a little bit more of springtime in Don't Starve Reign of Giants. I'm thinking that, while spring itself is harder than autumn, I think autumn you need to sort of be a little bit more on top of things, just so that you'll be in a good position come winter. In spring, you don't need to do as much sort of the same sort of preparation as you would have to in autumn, so it sort of balances out in that regard, but at the same time, since I found preparing for winter so easy, I think I just happen to like autumn a little bit better. I think it's a little bit more of an easy time than spring is, but we'll have to see. You never know. Let's get some of these damn things cooked up. Holy crap. Anyway, I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.